Shall we start?
Yes, Swami. Yes, sir.
सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायण अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायण अनन्तशयना हे जगन्नाथ कमलनयना हे माधवा अनन्तशयना हे जगन्नाथ कमलनयना हे माधवा करुणासागर कालिय नर्तन करुणासागर कालिय नर्तन हे दया सिंधु कृष्णा हे दया सिंधु कृष्णा हे दया सिंधु हे दया अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायण विश्वरूपा विश्वात्मका विश्वेश्वर हे नारायण विश्वरूपा विश्वधारा विश्वेश्वर हे नारायण भवभयहरण दीनोद्धरण भवभयहरण दीनोद्धरण हे कृपा सिंधो कृष्णा हे कृपा सिंधो अनंत रूपा अनंत नामा आदिमूला नारायण आदिमूला नारायण ॐ नमो नारायणाय 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 घुष्यते यस्य नगरे रङ्गयात्रा दिने दिने तमहं शिरसा वन्दे राजानं कुलशेखरम्. Let us chant together from verse number 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. Fifth one is number 23. नाहं वन्दे तव चरणयोर्द्वन्द्वमद्वन्द्वहेतोः कुम्भे पाकं गुरुमपि हरे नारकं नापनेतुं रम्या रामा मृदुतनुलता नन्दनेनापि रन्तुम् भावे भावे हृदयभवने भावयेयं भवन्तम्. नास्था धर्मे न वसुनिचये नैव कामोपभोगे यद्यद्भाव्यम् पूर्वकर्मानुरूपम् एतत्प्रार्थ्यं मम बहुमतं जन्म जन्मान्तरेऽपि त्वत्पादाम्भोरुहयुगगता निश्चला भक्तिरस्तु. दिवि वा भुवि वा ममास्तु वासो नरके वा नरकान्तकप्रकामम् अवधीरितशारदारविन्दौ चरणौ ते मरणेऽपि चिन्तयामि. कृष्ण त्वदीयपदपङ्कजपञ्चरान्तः अद्यैव मे विशतु मानसराजहंसः. प्राणप्रयाणसमये कफवातपित्तैः कण्ठावरोधनविधौ स्मरणं कुतस्ते. So the only request of Kulashekara is, O Lord, I don't want to efface my prarabdha karma. I am praying not to escape the suffering of the hell, not for the pleasures of the heaven, not to acquire punya. No, the only purpose of my prayer is, may I have intense devotion, single-pointed devotion at your lotus feet. Bhagavan, I know that at the time of death, it is very, very difficult to remember God. Why? Prana prayana samaye kafavata pittaihi kantavarodhana vidhau smaranam kutaste. How can I remember you when my throat is choking with kapha, vata, pitta, when there is so much of pain? At the time of death, mind is completely rooted in the body. At that time, I will not be able to remember you. So therefore, I should make it a habit to remember you. Any deep-rooted habit will remain with me. So therefore, Adyaiva me vishatu manasaraja hamsa. May the royal swan of my mind enter into the lotus feet of your nest today itself. So therefore, I am going to do intense sadhana. Kulashekara, what is the sadhana which you are going to do? So the next two verses are about sadhana. What are the spiritual practices we can do so that remembrance of God becomes intense and effortless. So verse number 9. Chintayami harimev santatam manda manda hasitananambujam nanda gopatanayam paratparam Naradadi Muni Vrindavanditam Chintayami Harimeva Santatam Manda Manda Hasitananambujam Nanda Gopatanayam Paratparam Naradadi Muni Vrindavanditam. Yes. So what are the sadhanas which I am going to do? Chintayami. I will meditate upon whom? Harim. Upon Lord Hari. Satatam. All the time. Through various means I am going to meditate upon the Lord. What are the ways in which you are going to meditate? Now, so many sadhanas are given which are very useful for all of us. What are the different ways? Manda hasitanana ambujam. So, chintayam, may I meditate upon anana ambujam, lotus face of the Lord. And what kind of face? Manda hasitam, with a smile on the face. So this is one sadhana we can do, especially for the beginners. This is a very good sadhana. Form of the Lord. This is very much repeated in Srimad Bhagavatam. Even children can do this meditation. So what is that meditation? Look at the beautiful form of God. Look at the form, remember all the details, close your eyes and try to visualize that form. For the beginners, this is a very good technique. So then what happens? Slowly the mind learns to concentrate. Concentration of the mind is gained. This is called as Chitta Ekagrata. Look at the form. So what kind of form? So don't meditate on a tamasic or a rajasic form. Always meditate upon sattvic form. See, there are all kinds of gods. Some gods are terrible, like Bhadragali and all that. So what happens is, whatever you meditate upon, slowly you also become like that. So terrible forms, it is not good for meditation. So what kind of form we should meditate upon? God who is smiling. Sattvic bhava should be there. Manda hasitananambujam. This is one sadhana we can do. Take the form, concentrate upon the form, try to visualize that form in the mind. Puja Gurudev used to do this. So when he was a small child, so the condition is, unless you finish bhajans in the evening, you will not be given food. So children have to sit in that bhajan. Bhajans will happen 1 hour. Gurudev used to get bored. He was not interested in bhajan. But then he found a Lord Shiva's picture and he would look at that picture and then visualize that form. So slowly that sadhana became very useful. So this is something which we can do. See, if we look or pay attention to something which is constantly changing, what happens to the mind? Mind also becomes fickle, restless. And this is the problem with the modern generation. They're all addicted to all kinds of gadgets. all kinds of videos, and if you see the video, you will find that picture changes within fraction of seconds. So constantly pictures are changing and we are paying attention to that. So what happens to the mind? Those impressions gathered, mind also becomes very restless. But suppose you are looking at something which is changeless, constant, the mind also acquires it. That is called as concentration of the ability of the mind to remain in one subject, topic for a long time. That's a great ability. That ability is called concentration. So this is developed with such sadhana. So this is one sadhana. What's the next one? Nandagopatanayam paratparam chintayami. I meditate upon Nandagopatanayam. So who is Krishna? He is a son of Nandagopa. In Vrindavan, he was taken care by Nandagopa and Yashoda. So therefore, Nandagopa is the foster father of Krishna. So all the Leela. So Chintayami means what? This is another kind of meditation you can do. So read the story of Bhagavatam, all those stories you bring into your mind. Let not the mind wander into somewhere else, into some other field. Let the mind think of the Leelas of the Lord. This is another type of meditation prescribed. So in all these Leelas you will find, whether it is Ramayana, whether it is Bhagavatam, Mahabharatam, as you read the story, you will slowly fall in love with the hero of the story. Yes or no? After Ramayana, you cannot be indifferent to Rama. All those decisions he takes, his sweetness, his straightforwardness, the way he respects the elders, how sweetly he treats everyone, his sense of righteousness, you cannot but love Rama. This is the glory of reading all these stories. Even in movies also it happens. By the end of the movie, you are in love with the hero of the movie, yes or no? So this is a psychology. When you start seeing the good traits in a person, you slowly start liking that person. And that is why all these avatars also have come. They do this Leela so that our minds are attracted towards such avatars. And then wherever there is love, concentration becomes natural. And wherever there is love, obeying that person becomes natural. Oh, Rama did like this, I must also do like that. So they become role model for our life. For that, such avatars have taken birth. So we have to meditate upon the Leelas of the Lord. That is called as Chintayami Nandagopatanayam. And who is this Lord? Paratparam, higher than the highest. The highest is called Avyakta Prakriti. When the whole creation goes into Pralaya, unmanifest state, that is called as the highest. Because everything, the whole creation comes from that. Now who is the Lord? Lord is the master of that Prakriti. The consciousness upon which even that Prakriti exists. So therefore he is called Paratparam, higher than the highest. Because the whole creation is sustained by him. So, first one, meditate upon the form. Second one, meditate upon the Leelas of the Lord. What is the third one? Naradadi Munivrinda Vanditam. Meditating upon the biographies of great saints like Narada. What is the greatness of Narada? So that story comes in Bhagavatam. Narada was a servant maid son of a servant maid. So he used to serve all these Rishi Munis, etc. They would come to do Chaturmasya, 4 months of rainy season, they would be conducting such satsang. And therefore Narada was a son of a servant maid. He was given the responsibility of serving food and cleaning and all that. So whatever they had eaten, the remnants he would eat. They would serve. And thus through service, he wins the grace and blessing of these Rishimunis. And then he would sit and listen to satsang also. And finally what happened? This son of a servant maid finally becomes Devarishi. Devarishi means what? It is said Naradji had the freedom to go to any worlds, any 14 worlds, unhindered. No passport needed. And he had this veena also. It is not an ordinary veena. It is Daivi veena. It could produce divine music that was specially given to Narada by Bhagavan. Sing my glories all over. So what he was and what he became, everything because of the glory of the Lord, by chanting his name. Such a great possibility. So Naradadi Muni Vrindavanditam. So we must also study the biographies of all these saintly people. This also helps in gaining devotion. So meditating upon the form, meditating upon the glories of the Lord, meditating upon the biography of great saints. Okay, what are the other sadhanas you are going to do? Next verse number 10. Sarasi janayane sashankha chakre Murabhidima viramasva chittarantum Sukha karama param na jatu jane Hari charana smaranamrutena tulyam Sarasi janayane sashankha chakre Murabhidima viramasva chittarantum Sukha karama param na jatu jane Hari charana smaranamrutena tulyam Sarasi janayane sashankha chakre O chitta, O dear mind, ma viramasva, don't stop rantum in reveling. Don't stop reveling in that Lord. Who is he? So different terms are given. And they are all very useful in our sadhana. Sarasija nayane. Who is that Lord? His eyes are like Sarasija. Sarasija means what? Lotus-eyed. That Lord whose eyes are like lotus. Meaning perfect eyes. Lotus always means perfection. So this I think we had discussed 2 days back. What is the perfection of lotus? Even in the dirty water, it brings out beauty, it brings out fragrance, it brings out sweetness. And this lotus is always open to light, close to darkness. That is lotus. This is how we must live our life. This is how we must live our life. All the bitter experiences must make us better. This is how we must live. Lotus is an example. Lotus is not growing in a fragrant soil. It's a foul smelling water, but the fragrance, it brings out fragrance from small smelling water. It brings out beauty from that water. Lotus is beautiful, tender, soft, colorful, nectarian. So in the same way, all the experiences that we go through in life should bring out such a sweet, fragrant personality from us. That is what all the scriptural studies. Really, when you start living all these scriptures, this is what happens to us. Our personality completely gets transformed. So, lotus means perfection. So that is why Bhagavan's every limb is perfect. Eyes are lotus-eyed. What about the heart? Lotus heart, lotus feet, lotus hands, everything is lotus. Lotus means perfection. So what is the perfection with respect to eyes? It is not that eyes are very beautiful. Just because your eyes are beautiful, your eyes are not perfect. What is the perfection of the eyes? When you see the truth, now if you see Shiva, 3 eyes are there, isn't it? 2 eyes and 1 center one, third eye. So the one eye is the eye of justice. Justice. Impartially, ability to see things impartially. That is one eye. The second eye is the eye of compassion. You are seeing things impartially, at the same time, you are seeing with compassion, with love. And the third eye is you are seeing the truth. So this is the perfection with respect to eyes. The eyes which sees things impartially. The eyes which is able to see full of compassion. And also the eyes which is able to see the reality. This is the way we have to see. The essence of a thing. So when such a way we are able to see the world, look at the world, look at things, beings and situations in the world, then we say, your eyes are perfect. It is not just the beauty of the eyes. What kind of vision are you carrying? So, perfect vision is vision of oneness. Ability to see that one Lord expressing in different forms. Sarasijanayane, and then Sashankha Chakre. What are the 4 hands? So we discussed morning time. What are the 4 hands? Shankha Chakra, Gada, Padma. What does it represent? Shankha. What is Shankha? The voice of God is Shankha. They are all symbolic. Every moment that Lord is guiding us, that voice is always guiding us. That is the Shankhanada. Shankha means conch. So what is our only responsibility in this world? Listen to that voice, obey that voice and live. Shankha. If you listen to that voice and live your life, what will you get? Padma. Padma means what? Lotus. Lotus means perfection. You attain the state of perfection. The state of infinity, perfection, immortality, that Satchidananda state, that is called as lotus. But suppose you don't listen, then in the beginning warning will be given to you. Lovingly He will guide you, lovingly He will warn you through different ways, through the external world, through little scolding, maybe little beating also, some little tragedies, calamities. So they are all the Gada. Gada means what? Mace. But even then, if that person is not listening, he becomes a big problem for the whole world. Repeated warnings he completely ignores. Then what will happen? Chakra is finished. Physically eliminated. Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. So here what is our sadhana? Our sadhana is this. Tune yourself to that divine voice. So yesterday we had told. So in what way that voice comes? So yesterday I have told that mantra. What is that mantra? If I am disturbed, I am wrong. Every disturbance is that voice of God. The moment I am in disharmony with the creation, with the Creator, that disharmony, that displeasure appears as disturbance. You will always find that mind is disturbed when I become unrighteous. The mind is disturbed when I compromise with the higher values of life. Mind is disturbed when I become selfish. Mind is disturbed when I become egoistic. You see, all the worry, tension, anxiety, hatred, revenge, all these negativities, how does it express? It is a disturbance of the mind. Yes or no? It is not a peaceful state of mind. Always it is a disturbance. Whenever a negative thought is entertained, mind is disturbed. And disturbance of the mind is experienced as pain in the heart. Yes or no? So that pain is the Shankhanada. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir-bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever there is a decline of dharma and an increase of adharma, I manifest myself. You don't think that it is only a physical form which is coming. Every individual at the microcosmic level also it is true. The moment I entertain an adharmic thought, unrighteous thought, that very same moment God takes avatar. Means what? Mind is disturbed. Every disturbance of mind is an avatar of God. Avatar means you feel the presence of God warning you. No, Swamiji, is it possible that mind is disturbed but I am right? I challenge you. There is an open challenge to you. You are right and the mind is disturbed. You one example. You can't. Maybe your analysis is not deep enough. As you go on analyzing, you come to know, disturbance is because of my wrong thinking. So this is a sadhana to be done. See, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma is not just simply some Shankha and Chakra. It has spiritual, deep, subjective significance. So as you start living this path, there are different ways in which God wants us. His language is a language of joy and pain. His language is not English or Chinese. His language is a language of joy and pain. When you are doing the right thing, there is joy. When you are doing the wrong thing, there is pain. And as you become more and more sensitive to this, see, as long as our attention is outside, we will never know what is happening inside. So therefore, as you grow in meditation, slowly, one part of the mind is paying attention to what is happening within. That is the time when you become more and more aware of these subjective happenings. And the more and more you live in tune with the divine, remember there is a struggle. Living in tune with the divine, there is always a struggle. What is the struggle? I know something is right, but I don't like it. Then there's a struggle to do that right thing, even though I don't like it. I know something is wrong, but I love doing it. Then what is the struggle? Mind tempts me to do that wrong thing, but I have to withdraw that mind. This is the struggle. The struggle to do that which I don't like, but which is right. The struggle not to do that which I like, but which is wrong. This struggle, everybody has to undergo. In the spiritual part, this struggle is unavoidable. And through this struggle, what happens? Slowly, you develop strength. In this world, if you want to develop strength, struggle is unavoidable. Even at the physical level also, how do you make your body strong? How to make your body strong? By sleeping? Sleeping doesn't give you strength. You have to struggle. In the gymnasiums, you struggle. And slowly over a period of time, your body becomes strong. What do you do in gymnasium? You struggle against the force of gravity. Isn't it? So in the same way, in spirituality also there is a struggle. This struggle is called moral struggle. The more and more you try to live the righteous path, there is sacrifice involved. And more as you go through this struggle, the mind becomes purer and purer. And as the mind becomes purer and purer, you are able to experience the presence of the divine in that pure heart. Can we experience God? Definitely yes. Who says no? But to experience God, what is a necessary qualification? A pure mind. How to gain that pure mind? By struggling with, by living an uncompromising life. When we compromise with the higher values of life, then there is no struggle, there is no growth. But when you work hard, fight against all the negativities, in that fight you become strong. In that fight, purity comes. To the extent the mind has become pure, to that extent you experience the presence of the divine. Now what happens is, as the mind becomes purer and purer, you start seeing things clearer and clearer. All those grey areas becomes black and white. This is to be done, this should not be done. Those areas become clear. And once it becomes clear, added responsibility. The more and more the mind becomes pure, the greater and greater responsibilities come. Earlier, I did not know what was right, what was wrong, so no problem. But once the mind becomes pure, you start seeing things clearer and clearer. And once you see things clearer, there is a greater responsibility of doing the right and not doing the wrong. So this is the path of sadhana. This is the path of spiritual practice. And the more and more you live that, again, more and more intensely you start experiencing the presence of the divine. It is like a bright flashlight. So in that bright flashlight, earlier it was just a dim light. In the dim light only little, maybe 1 meter distance you see. But slowly as that flashlight power increases, you are able to see long distances. In the same way, in that pure intellect, you are able to think deep into any subject, analyze any subject very clearly, very deep, perfectly, impartially. And once you are able to see, then you have no choice but to walk. So this is the path of spirituality. So we don't have to worry about big things of life. No, at least what I have understood as right and wrong. Am I living it? That's enough. As you go on living it, more and more purity, more and more clarity, greater and greater responsibility. This is the path of spirituality. This is how we grow in the path of spirituality. That is the meaning, Sashankha Chakre. And then what is the name of the Lord given here? Murabhivi. So the name of the Lord is Murabhit. Bhit means destroyer. Mura, who is Mura? Murasura. There is a demon called Mura. Now don't think of some demon somewhere We all have one demon with us. Who is the demon? Our own pampered ego. Now he has become a demon for us. Very strong, very powerful, literally ruling everything in us. So that is called Mura. So don't search for demons outside. I myself am a demon. Right? Mura Bhidi. So this is the name of the Lord. He is a destroyer of this demon, the ego demon. He is a destroyer. So this is another sadhana which we all can do. What is a sadhana? Whatever we do in life, ask this question. Am I pampering my ego or am I effacing my ego? If I pamper my ego, to that extent mind is impure. To that extent I am away from God. God is very, very near. He is right there in my heart. He is a very I in me. Very close. Yatantopyakritatmanah nainam pashyantya chetasah. Bhagavad Gita. Which chapter? 15th chapter. A pure-hearted person, he sees God right in himself, as himself. An impure-hearted person, how much ever he struggles, for him, God is far, far away. So, this is the sadhana to be done. What is the sadhana? Destroying the ego. Mura Bhidi. So, these are all the sadhanas to be done in order to experience His presence. What are the sadhanas? Number one. What is the first one? Meditating upon the form of the Lord. Number two, meditating upon the leelas of the Lord. Number three, meditating upon the biographies of saints. So many saintly people. Number four, listening to that voice of conscience and strictly following it, not compromising with higher values. Number five, effacing the ego. Effacing the ego. If this much is done, then say the next line. Sukhakaram aparam najatu jane haricharana smaranamrutena tulyam. Then you start experiencing a bliss. Sukhakaram aparam najatu jane. Kulashekara says, I don't know any greater joy than this. The more...
My phone was dying.
Okay.
Take 1 second, I'll connect back because I took my phone out.
Oh, yes, no problem.
It is a huge transformation. I am so glad.
Yes. Done? Okay. Sukhakaram aparam najatu jane hari charanas maranamrutena tulyam. The more and more we become close to God, dear to God. How do we become dear to God? When we obey Him. He is guiding, and when we obey His guidance, when we become good children of God, then we are nearer to Him. Just like we as parents, when do we feel our children are near to us? When they obey us, isn't it? When they disobey us, yes, there is a general love. He is my son, he is my daughter. But when our children obey us strictly, then we feel more near. In the same way, there is a relationship with God also. We are all His children, and as children, what is our responsibility? He is guiding every moment, listening to Him. Listen to Him, obey Him, then you will be very close to Him. You start experiencing His presence. You start experiencing His properties also. What is His property? Sat, Chit, Anand. more and more you are close to Him. This is one way of knowing whether I am progressing in spirituality or not. What is the joy content in your heart? Is it growing with all your sadhana? Because when I am meditating upon blissful God, I must experience that bliss. When I am nearing blissful God, there should be more and more intensity of bliss, happiness, peace, contentment. This is the proof. So that's why we say the test of spiritual progress is FIR test. Have you heard of this FIR test? No. F means what? Frequency. How frequently you are disturbed in a day. I, intensity. How intensely you are disturbed. R, recovery time. How quickly you recover from that disturbance. Frequency, intensity, recovery time. So as you are growing in spirituality, what should happen to FIR? It should increase or decrease? It should decrease. Frequency of disturbance decreases. Intensity of disturbance decreases. Recovery time also decreases. You become a more and more happy person, cheerful person, contented person. Right? Sukhakaram aparam najatu jane. I don't know any greater bliss than this. Hari charana smarana amrutena tulyam. The moment I think of God, my heart becomes filled with joy. This is called as amrutam, nectar, ambrosia. Kulashekara says, I don't know a greater joy than this. And this is true. Once you are addicted to that higher joy, the lower pleasures of the world will not attract you. That higher joy is so addictive. When you don't get that, you are like fish out of water. This is what happens as we grow in spirituality. So therefore, give up all your laziness, work hard. This path is easy. Many times we get scared. Oh, this path must be very difficult. No, it's very easy. How is it easy? See the next verse, verse number 11. Mabhirmandamano vichintya bahudha Yamischiram yatanaha Naminaf prabhavanti paparipavaha Swami nanu Sridharaha Alasyam vyapaniya bhakti sulabham Dhyayasva narayanam Lokasya vyasanapano danakaro Dasasya kim nakshamaha Mabhirmandamano vichintya bahudha Yamischiram yatanaha Naminaf prabhavanti paparipavaha Swami nanu Sridharaha Alasyam vyapaniya bhakti sulabham Dhyayasva narayanam Lokasya vyasanapano danakaro Dasasya kim nakshamaha. Hey Mandamanaha, O dull-witted mind, Ma bhihi. Don't get scared. How vichintya, thinking of bahudha yamischiram yatana, different kinds of sufferings in hell. In Garuda Purana, there's a big list. What all kinds of sufferings are there? What are different kinds of hell? And in different kinds of hell, what all services you get? Oh dear mind, foolish mind, don't get scared thinking of all that. Naminah prabhavanti paparipavaha. These paparipavaha, the enemies called sins, these sins cannot affect you. Prabhavanti, na prabhavanti. It cannot affect you. Swami Nanushridhara, is there not a Supreme Lord? So what all papas you have done in the past, don't worry thinking of what all kinds of suffering you are going to go through the future. No, there is a Lord. There is an ocean of compassion. Surrender unto Him. Develop devotion to Him. He will efface all those papa karmas. You see, this is one question which generally people ask. Swamiji, now I understand that all these are papa, but what about the papa karmas done in the past? How can I efface it? It's all done. So the answer to this question is, you see, suppose a child comes to, child has done some mischief. The mother is going to beat the child properly. Well, then child comes with tears in eyes, falls at the feet of mother and said, Mother, please forgive me. I will never do it again. What will the mother do? Will she say, no, your karma phala has to be given. No. Mother will forgive, isn't it? In the same way, in the path of bhakti also. Yes, karma theory holds good. But remember, seeking forgiveness, surrendering unto the Lord, sincere repentance is also a karma which can efface all the past bad karmas. This has to be understood. So don't worry about all the past terrible things which you have done. Don't worry. Is there not a Supreme Lord who will efface all those papa karmas? So what has to be done? Alasyam vyapaniya. Give up this laziness. Bhakti sulabham. This path of devotion is very easy. Dhyayasya Narayanam. Now don't waste time. Start meditating upon God. Do all these sadhanas. This path of devotion is easy. Why is the path of devotion easy? Bhakti sulabham, it is said. Path of devotion is easy because the only thing necessary in this path is drop the ego. Dropping the ego, is it difficult or easy? Actually speaking, dropping the ego is very easy. Just pay attention to the realities of life. What is the reality of life? To just exist alive upon this planet, how many factors are necessary? Outside factors. Food is necessary, clothing, shelter, temperature, humidity, distance between sun and earth, rotation of sun, gravity. How many factors? Infinite number of factors, correct? All those factors have to come together, only then I can exist. Same way, inside how many factors? Inside the body. Kidney, liver, I don't know what all things are there. Heart has to function. So many cells, so many nerves, brain. I don't even know how they function. So infinite number of factors inside, infinite number of factors outside. How many factors are in our control? How many factors? Not even one. Yes or no? So therefore, life is not mine. Life is a gift given by God to me. Yes or no? Yes. When I observe myself, how the ears are functioning, I don't know. How the eyes are functioning, I don't know. How the heart is beating, I don't know. How the brain is functioning, I don't know. How am I speaking, I don't know. How are you listening, you don't know. How are you understanding, you don't know. Yes or no? So therefore, always remember these 4 Mahavakyas. What are the 4 Mahavakyas? Not Aham Brahmasmi and Tattvamasi and all. No, no, no. 4 Mahavakyas. Number 1, I am nothing. Number 2, I know nothing. Number 3, I have nothing. Number 4, I can do nothing. Any difficulty? It's a fact of life, you see. I am nothing, I know nothing, I have nothing, I can do nothing. These are the 4 Mahavakyas. Not I am Brahman, you are Brahman, you are a fool. That's all. First, learn to be a nobody. That is the first step. Be a nobody. And to become a nobody is not difficult. You just pay attention to the realities of life. That's all. Just pay attention to the realities of life and let us see how you can develop your ego. Ever remember these 4, your mind will always be peaceful. When I become a somebody in my eyes, then problem starts. Never become a somebody, always remain a nobody. It's a fact of life. I am a nobody. To understand it, is it difficult? It is very, very plain. So that's why I said, dropping the ego is actually very easy. God has made this world in such a way that we can easily drop our ego. He will never make the path difficult. No. Bhakti Sulabha is a fact. The only thing is you have to go on reminding ourselves this. When we forget this, ego creeps up. Dropping the ego is the easiest thing. Whenever the head swells in ego, ask yourself, what is your contribution in your success? When you start paying attention, you come to know that my contribution is 0. Inspiration came from nowhere. Resources came, abilities came, talents came. Nothing is mine, and something happened and I am crowned, awarded, rewarded, recognized, praised. But when you start paying attention to every detail, you come to know, I don't deserve any praise. I don't deserve any credit. That is why it is said, dropping the ego is very easy. Just pay attention. You see, that's the greatness of Hanumanji. Hanumanji crossed the ocean, burned the entire Lanka, did everything. Literally impossible things he did. Comes back, Bhagavan himself is in front of him and Bhagavan says, Hanuman, I just don't know how to stand in front of you. I am so indebted to you. I don't know, throughout my life I will never be able to come out of this debt which you have created upon me. What did Hanumanji do? He just fell at the feet of Bhagavan and said, Bhagavan, Trahima, Pahima, save me from my ego. You did everything and now you are giving credit to me. Every stage you guided me. Every stage you empowered me. There were times when I was totally stuck, but you just cleared my path. You see, that is the greatness of Hanuman. If instead of Hanumanji, if we were to be there, then what we would have done? Bhagavan with tears of gratitude in front of us. We would have, Bhagavan himself is saying, maybe I am a great person. You see, Bhagavan himself is praising. See, he cannot be wrong. You see, this is what we would have done. It was a test of the Lord, whether in my devotee is there a slightest trace of ego. It was a test. And Hanuman passed the test with flying colors, as they say. What I am trying to say is, dropping the ego is very easy. So through every interaction in the world, ensure only one thing. Is my ego growing? Especially when people praise you, people recognize you, award you, reward you. Unknowingly that hood of the serpent raises. The only job you need to do is puncture it. Puncture it. As Ramana Maharshi says in Upadesha, Ahamapetakam nijavibhanakam mahadidam tapo ramanavagim. Ramana Maharshi says, this is the greatest tapas one can do. What is it? Ahamapetakam. Efface the ego. Greatest tapas is not drinking, not sleeping, not eating, standing on one leg, looking at the sun, torture the body. That is not tapas. Real tapas is dropping the ego, becoming a nobody in one's own eyes. In somebody's eyes, I may be a great person, but in my own eyes, who am I? You see, that's all what is needed. That is called as a pure mind. And in that pure mind, the greatest truth descends. And what is the greatest truth? Aham Brahma Asmi. I am not different from God. To have that experience, that I should go away. The false I, the egoistic I go away. Once that goes away, that I is possessed by the higher I. So self-effort. So what is self-effort? Dropping the ego. When self-effort is done properly, God's grace descends. What is self-effort? Dropping the ego is self-effort. What is God's grace? Aham Brahma Asmi. Experience is God's grace. It cannot be gained by effort. There is something which you have to do. There is something which God has to do. What are we trying to do? Aham Brahmasmi. Swamiji, let me see how I am Brahman. Nothing will happen. Dropping the ego, God cannot do, only I have to. Then the rest will follow. Bhakti Sulabham Dhyayasva Narayanam. So, don't waste your time. Work hard. Lokasya Vyasanapanodanakarah Dasasya Kinnakshama. That Lord who is able to get rid of all the sufferings of the world, will He not get rid of your suffering? Who has become a dasa, surrendered unto Him. The path of devotion is a path of surrender. The path of egolessness is a very easy path. Come on, do it. But suppose you don't do it, then you are going to suffer. The next 3 verses are sufferings in this world. And this suffering is self-created. Don't blame God. Let us chant these verses for today. 12, 13, 14. 12th one. Bhavajaladhigatanam dvandvavatahatanam Sutaduhitrkalatratranabhararditanam Sutaduhitrkalatratranabhararditanam Vishama Vishayato ye majjatamaplavanam भवतु शरणमेको विष्णुपोतो नराणाम् भवजलधिगतानां द्वन्द्ववाताहतानां सुतदुहितृकलत्रत्राणभारार्दितानां विषमविषयतो ये मज्जतामप्लवानां भवतु शरणमेको विष्णुपोतो नराणाम् 13th one. भवजलधिमगाधं दुस्तरं निस्तरेयम् कथमहमिति चेतो मास्मगाः कातरत्वम् सरसिजदृशि देवे तावकी भक्तिरेका नरकभिदि निषण्णा तारयिष्यत्यवश्यम् भवजलधिमगाधं दुस्तरं निस्तरेयम् कथमहमिति चेतो मास्मगाः कातरत्वम् सरसिजदृशि देवे तावकी भक्तिरेका नरकभिदि निषण्णा तारयिष्यत्यवश्यम् 14th one. तृष्णातो ये मदनपवनोद्भूतमोहोर्मिमाले दारावर्ते तनय सहज ग्राहसङ्घाकुले च संसाराख्ये महति जलधौ मज्जतां न स्त्रिधामन् पादाम्भोजे वरद भवतु भक्तिनावं प्रयच्छ तृष्णातो ये मदनपवनोद्भूतमोर्मिमाले दारावर्ते तनय सहज ग्राहसङ्घाकुले च संसाराख्ये महति जलधौ मज्जतां न स्त्रिधामन् पादाम्भोजे वरद भवतु भक्तिनावं प्रयच्छ. Yes. So how we suffer in this world, completely ignoring God, living an egoistic life. That is the next topic, which we will see in detail tomorrow. जय 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 राघवा जानकी वल्लभा जय 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 राघवा जानकी वल्लभा जय सुर नर सेविता जाम्बवंत पूजिता जय सुर नर सेविता जाम्बवंत पूजिता जय सुर नर सेविता जाम्बवंत जय 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 राघवा जानकी वल्लभा जनार्दन जगन्नाथ जानकी कांत राम जनार्दन जगन्नाथ जानकी कांत राम जनार्दन जगन्नाथ जानकी जनार्दन जगन्नाथ जानकी कांत राम जनार्दन जानकी कांत राम जनन मरण वर्जिता जनन मरण वर्जिता जनकपुर विराजिता 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 जनन मरण जनकपुर विराजिता जय 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 राघवा जानकी वल्लभा जय 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 राघवा जानकी वल्लभा बोलिए सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः।
सतगुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय।
So we'll take our Gurudev Bhakti.